Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late night Smackdown and a little mini AEW Rampage review. But I'm gonna call this review to Smackdown because nobody gives a shit about Rampage. So, I did watch most of the show. Actually, no, I did watch the show because I did had to. So, the reason why I didn't do this review last night, I think I mentioned it. I was going to a frat party, basically. You know, I went to this frat party where it's like there was like oh, St. Patrick's Day shit. It's all right. I will tell you the truth though. It just let me tell you, like, y'all, though, for real, you do not want to go to a party, regardless, or even some nightclub. But to be fair, I already had tickets. But let's just say this: don't get tickets like right after them, because here's what's gonna happen. Once you fucking see that the weather's raining, it's not gonna be guaranteed like much is gonna fucking happen. Okay, well, I mean, there was a lot of people. You end up fucking just like feeling like you're in a freaking you end up like you're in like some sweat house. You're like in a sweat room without fucking a sweat room. You're gonna fucking sweat, and it didn't help. They're like, so like I mean, people wore like yeah, green and shit like that, but like, so like look here. When they say wear neon colors for a neon glow party, doesn't no. But this was like a St. Patrick's party. Wear green, and then not everyone wore green. I mean, there's still people who wore green, right? And also like there's people who legit like. So if you're gonna go to a frat party or just a party in general nightclub, you don't need to fucking wear like even in the winter time. You'll trust me. You'll be warm in the fucking area. You'll be warm in the nightclub. You don't need to. You just make sure you just have a jacket for the outside. And you could wear like the fucking lightest white shirt. I do legit wear. I'll tell you what I wore. I legit freaking wore this. Like I wore this fucking shirt, and I had to take it off when I was inside. That's what I legit had to do. Later, had to fucking take it off during the fucking party. Was it a fun time? It was okay. Not a lot. Sadly, not a lot of chicks I was hoping for that were hot, you know what I mean? It was just a bunch of fucking Bettys and shit like that, you know what I mean? Or let's just say like a bunch of what they call it, Beckys. There's not a lot of like hot, like hot chicas over there. I mean, there were. You could say they were taken. So I'm like, I don't know. It's a whole different story. It's not gonna lie, y'all. Main thing is there could have been more chicks there if there wasn't fucking raining. That's for damn sure. It was fucking raining. I mean, I guess people decided not to come, or just fucking I don't know. Just the formatting was whatever. I got invited to it, so it's like, hey, let's go. It's good. But regardless of that, that's kind of why I didn't do his review. Went to that, but I did watch the majority of the show. I don't know. It is what it is. That was my experience there. So it's fine. Just fuck the weather, like weather, and also just I don't know. Just for some reason I guess no, but yeah, okay, whatever. You gotta live, okay. But aside from that, SmackDown was kind of boring there. It was just it was kind of boring. Not much really happened on the show, besides all like the number contenders match, a big announcement, and then the main event segment, which kind of like fell a little flat to me. But we'll talk about that. It's just like if like they're going with the like full, if they're legit going with Jey Uso, is like he's got a completely heel now. He would never go babyface. That's kind of gonna be that's like kind of my problem. Like maybe you should have just done the fucking heel turn at the fucking Elimination Chamber. You know what I mean? Unless like it just like he felt like it just felt like if they're gonna try to do this thing, because I do think this would have been a way better thing. Like Jey Uso, like he should leave the Bloodline. Him and Jimmy. It's like, it seems like they're not gonna really build to that, like, I guess right now, or just, I don't know. I understand you have to kind of make him turn a certain way, but like, it should be obviously for Jimmy, to save his fucking ass, right? But it's like, I know we're coming for Sammy, blah blah. We'll get to it, okay? I don't know. Just like I was kind of hope like he would maybe show a little bit of remorse, or like maybe like instead of him being with Jimmy, like out, like when he did his whole announcement, he should have came by himself, like kind of feel like a reluctant. But he's like, oh, what would you have done or whatever. Even that kind of like, so what would you have done? The whole scenario of something does something to your family. But like then he actually mentions that I did it for my brother, and and then like maybe that you could leave the little dissension between Roman and him. If Roman, but the thing is Roman wasn't even on the fucking show. You should have said, I didn't do it for you. Like, maybe he'll do that next week. I don't know. But just, yeah, that's something. That's the explanation or whatever. But we'll see. Hopefully they, maybe they should, in this scenario, it should be like fucking, like, why would you make him like a tweener? They should make him like a sort of tweener thing. Where, like, sure he did, like, one of the, oh, man, how can he do that to Sammy? But, he did it for understandable reasons. But he's like still kind of like in the struggle with himself. He struggled with the bloodline. That's like But hey, maybe they're building to that. I think that's what they should do, especially towards WrestleMania. That whole moment maybe like after the Cody Rhodes match, which Roman should win. Basically, do like the same thing would have happened with Kevin Owens. But this time, maybe like you could have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn come out during the fucking after the match. But then you do this thing where they get beat up. But then freaking, maybe like because of Sammy, Jay's a bit reluctant. And he does the same thing to Sammy. Jimmy fucking helps save Jay. But then fucking Solo's the one, the true member. Paul Heyman does some low blows because, he's good for that with him being slimy. And Roman being this fucking overpowered tribal chief, whatever, right? And then fucking who stops them? I mean, you could end the show like that, but obviously I do think The Rock should be on WrestleMania somehow. That's how you fucking have him show up. And maybe, hopefully, you do that match at fucking 40. If you're gonna hopefully maybe do that next year, which, I don't know, you should have done it this year. Honestly, again, this is why I will, again, rather have seen The Rock versus Roman. I mean, maybe that's how, you don't need to worry about the scenario much because if The Rock was involved and he was facing Roman at Mania instead, which, again, feels like a way bigger match than Cody. Cody fucking versus Roman does not... Like, I'm sorry, but damn. The fucking build for that match at Mania, like, that's the main event for night 2. Like, we go from Brock and Roman last year to that. Heck, even from Edge, Bryan, and and Reigns, That was a way bigger match feel than this. Like... I'm sorry, it's the truth. Heck, fucking honestly, if you were to do Bobby Lashley versus Lesnar in like a no disqualification match at Mania, that would honestly still be way bigger than Reigns versus fucking Cody. I'm sorry, it's the truth. In all honesty, Finn Balor and Edge feels like a way bigger deal than fucking Cody and Roman. At least because like long-term booking, right? But whatever. Definitely fucking the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Owens feel a way bigger match to do as one of the main events. And definitely I do think that match maybe might win. I know you got people like Smarks like, no, fuck the 1,000 days or fuck having Roman. Like, no, because guess what? I don't want to just have the title for 1,000 days. I want him to have him for maybe even fucking 1 year then. Because who the fuck is credible enough to be the fucking WWE champion? You really think Cody Rhodes is credible enough to fucking beat Roman? Why? And it's funny that these are the Smarks that fucking turned their back on Cody for leaving AEW. It's funny. But here's the thing, like, why would you want Cody to win? Why? Just because his dad, oh, my dad is Dusty Rhodes. I married a black wife. She deserves the title more than... Apparently he said that. Like, fuck off, you fag. Whatever, just... Cody Rhodes is not credible at all. if he does win, watch when the ratings fucking go down. Like, who cares if fucking if it, maybe it's gonna be a little bit of the same shit, but honestly, it won't be if you fucking do it right. If you have maybe the Usos break off from the Bloodline after Mania, it's gonna fucking be like adding to the story. You know, this is a good story, and that's why you should keep on going with that. And honestly, it just won't be impactful without Roman. And plus, like, if you do an eventual Rock and Roman match, it won't be as impactful if you have, like, Roman lose. If you're gonna have Roman lose, you gotta lose in some fashion where it's like, he doesn't, like, lose, like, he has that, you know, lose in a sort of way where it could even, like, a Money Bank cash-in could be credible. That's why, you know what, if you want fucking Roman to lose the title, he should lose the fucking title, like, via Money in the Bank or whatever, and I vouch for Edge. That's how you do it. And next year, could even be Rock and Roman, one-on-one, non-title. I mean, no title on the line. There's no need for a title if you're going to do that kind of big match. And then Edge versus maybe Cena. I would do that. And obviously Cena should fucking just beat Austin Theory this year. Fuck the future, okay? The future is garbage. I don't care. He's the now. Even he's the now. The now is garbage. The future is garbage, okay? Straight up. Straight up that left. Motherfucking right. But yeah, that's like, you know. But yeah, so I guess that's the current state of Jey Uso. I mean, regardless, it's still intriguing, you know. It's just like, but great, really? He's gonna act like, oh, I'm black heel, man, she, you know. Whatever. Anyway, so let's talk about fucking SmackDown. SmackDown started with Paul Heyman waits aside from the black SUV showing up. The Usos hop out, and Jey Uso asks where the tribal chief is, and Heyman says, and he just looks at Jey and then hugs him. It's like, you know, I love my tribal chief, but you turned me on. You know, like, fuck that weird shit, but hey, it's funny, you know. And then, but yeah, there's no Roman tonight, or yesterday, whatever, so there was no Roman. There's no explanation where Roman is. Apparently he was supposed to be on the show, but they decided not to have him on the show, so great. I feel bad for the people that went there expecting Roman would be there. You know, God forbid. This is the problem. Again, I understand why people want Roman to lose the titles. I get it. But here's the thing. You have to understand who is credible to be the champion than Roman currently. Aside from maybe a part-timer like Edge. You know, and all these fucking, like, again, part-timers are way better than these people. Again, we've seen Lesnar and Reigns. Yes, it has got like couple already more than like necessary. Honestly, especially when Smarks, they you know, they're always going to complain with it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I don't care. You know, because like to me, honestly, like who cares? They're the credible guys, and not just that. Like they managed to prove that they can have a good match. They had fucking a great last man standing match. And I like think about it, like if they only like were to maybe end their feud inside Hell in a Cell, like I would have supported that going on again one more time as a fucking feud. I mean, there's a bunch of possibilities you could do. Obviously, with Roman, obviously you know you could do something with Sami Zayn again. Heck, a triple threat with Sami and Owens, but like, you know, Owens and Zayn, they're like, you know, they're buddies, but they have to like, you know, try to stop Roman. It may be your typical cliche, oh, the best friends feuding with the champion type of thing, you know, tag champs type of deal. Heck, you could have done like Lesnar and Lashley. Well, you know, a bunch of possibility matches still to do with Roman as champion. Heck, you do Bobby Lashley versus Reigns. I mean, if only he didn't fucking ruin Lashley, but, you know. Heck, if he didn't fucking make Wyatt look like a joke, but part of it is probably his fault, because he apparently has creative fucking mind. Look at what the stupid shit with the pitch black bullshit. If he didn't do that type of shit, then heck, you could have done Roman versus Wyatt. And maybe, if Wyatt, like, maybe, if Wyatt wasn't this fucking joke, maybe Wyatt could have been the guy to fucking dethrone Roman. Maybe. If you fucking kept up with this whole Karrion Kross shit where Karrion Kross, he wanted to talk to Roman, that he was going to chase the title on Mike McIntyre, it didn't make him look stupid and fucking, I don't know, just no direction with Karrion Kross, then maybe Karrion Kross could be one of the guys too. You know, currently. But the fact is you don't have currently. You really think Cody is the guy? I don't think so. And especially you gotta understand, that people are gonna turn their back on him. Like or not, they're gonna do that because fucking. Let's be honest here. That's how fucking smarts are. It's funny. You give smarts what they want. They fucking, you give them a certain wrestler they like, and they'll turn on them, or they fucking pretend to care about that. Eventually, let's be honest here. If they were to give Sami Zayn the title, they would do the same shit to Sami. They would turn their back on him. Whatever. But yeah, that's what happens. Basically, then Jey Uso gets interviewed, says why he turned his back on Sami. He says everything that needs to be said will be in the middle of the ring tonight, so it's okay. And then Jimmy Uso asks Kayla needs to be asking Cody Rhodes why he puts his nose in the Bloodline's business. That's what the first match, McIntyre and Sheamus, they both basically did a double pin during the match. And they fade a five-way match. It was a qualifier match, but then it just turns out to be a typical, just becomes a typical, just because a typical freaking, fatal five-way non-contendership. It's funny, they're gonna do a battle royal to face Gunter Mania in Madison Square Garden. So what is it? I don't know. They should have separate the ideas. Heck, one of this match, one of the person qualifies maybe, and then the other match, one of them wins a battle royal. One of them could be McIntyre. One of them could be in Sheamus, and that's how you easily could have done it. This match was whatever. Honestly, it just it is what it is. The match, I guess a bit exciting because what's gonna happen. You're kind of intrigued, will it be Sheamus, will it be McIntyre, or heck, maybe it might not be one of them. So in a way, you kind of were a bit intrigued in the match. They did the whole cliche where they double pin people, but then, fans chant triple threat, or they want to, isn't this your name, why not do a triple threat, right? You would think, maybe, why not just announce a triple threat? But no, later on tonight, that kind of gets scrubbed. I mean, it could probably still happen, but it's just you could just book a triple threat match. You're just basically making it just build a match already. You're just kind of, I don't know, spacing out. You're not really building toward a match. It's just fucking okay, we're gonna do this thing to make you intrigued about something. I understand, you're gonna try to make people intrigued or whatever, which I don't mind. It's just it's kind of predictable. Come on, you're gonna do a triple threat. We kind of get it, but in reality, what you're gonna do if one of them doesn't fucking have the IC title match? If you're not gonna do that, then maybe by logic, you should do something where maybe Solo Sikoa or Karrion Kross even, I don't fucking know. They cost fucking maybe McIntyre the match, and you do that match at Mania, because you still really didn't finish the feud with Karrion Kross and McIntyre. And same thing with Solo. Again, Solo cost McIntyre. If anything, who McIntyre should be challenging, it should be Solo Sikoa, right? You should do that match. That match by logic should happen at Mania, and then Solo could get a big win. That would be big for him. What does that mean for Karrion Kross? Unfortunately, you fucking ruined him, so what can you do? I mean, by logic, he could have been the one that maybe win the Battle Royal if you were to do the Andre Battle Royal at WrestleMania. I don't mind them doing a Battle Royal, but it's they have to make the Battle Royal mean something. I would even do, heck, kind of a similar idea to Money in Bank. You could basically, the winner of the Battle Royal could challenge for any title they want, Maybe anytime, any place even, I don't know, that kind of thing, and I think, that would be exciting a bit, make some intriguement, Or just simple they can earn a shot for any title match they want in the future, whenever they want. That's what it should be. That's how you make the Andre Battle Royal make matter, not just a trophy. And it should have been like that for a long time ago. Here's a little surprise, and I'm actually they were we're gonna announce it. I like that they announced the Hall of Fame, and this is the beauty of. I'm happy this is what they're doing again. I'm happy that WWE. They didn't just announce the Hall of Famer to some stupid news sites or whatever. They legit save a surprise that who's gonna be announced the Hall of Fame. They just announced it and it was fucking amazing. I loved it. It brought me back to back in the days when we're gonna surprise you. Our first inductee of the Hall of Fame, and they surprised you definitely. You would think like, wow, Batista's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, maybe in the future of this year, but because it's WrestleMania Hollywood, it would make sense. Like, why not him being the main headline, maybe inductee? This doesn't necessarily mean that this certain person will be the headline, but honestly, this person should be a headline of one of the Hall of Fames, which is like, maybe you should have saved this next year, but we'll get into it. So, basically, Rey Mysterio is going to Hall of Fame, and well deserved. Well deserved. Rey Mysterio fucking rules. One of the best little wrestlers there, Again, there are times that maybe Rey Mysterio was kind of it's unbelievable him winning certain things, and there were things you could not be a fan of Rey Mysterio, but you have to look at his overall career. My God, I am happy for Rey Mysterio, and the guy should be a headliner in his Hall of Fame. The problem though is, here's the thing. It's WrestleMania Hollywood. I thought, if you're going to have the Hall of Fame, wouldn't it be logical you have somebody from Hollywood be in the Hall of Fame? Why not Batista? I thought Batista, unless he's unfortunately busy, then it's understandable. The Rock, I don't know. The Rock should wait until, maybe, heck, even next year, even a year after, I don't know, something. But it should definitely have been, a Hollywood star. Would it have been too soon to even make Cena the headline? Maybe that could have been something, huh? Maybe that would have been a way, maybe Cena would have been the head, because he's Hollywood, right? He's in Hollywood now, he's practically done. You could have even done with, Cena, and then that could have been the whole confrontation with Austin Theory, and, But I am happy that Rey Mysterio is being in the Hall of Fame, but if this is the case, then he should be the headliner. But if that's going to be, you could always do 2 different WWE Champion inductees, but it kind of overshadows it, because I'm sorry, you kind of need to, this is why, honestly, maybe Rey should have had this next year. Or then, I don't know, then it shouldn't have been WrestleMania Hollywood. I don't know, I should probably, look at this, why should we care about the Hollywood thing? But it's it's part of the gimmick, right? You gotta do the gimmick. If this is the case, then I definitely say it should be similar to what happened with Ric Flair. He basically goes in the Hall of Fame and basically retires at Mania then. Basically, that's what I guess they're going to probably do. They're going to probably do this thing where Dominic faces Rey, and the match is if Rey loses, he retires. And I guess that's what's going to happen. That's apparently was one of the things he wanted to do. His last match would be against his own son. That could easily be something, and hopefully that'll be a great way to go out. So maybe this could be Rey Mysterio's last year, because apparently he might retire at Mania now. He might retire this year, but hey, a legendary career, well deserved, good for him. He does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, and you know what? If all the Hollywood guys are not gonna be in Hall, get it? He is Hollywood. He was in that stupid. He's in some stupid Netflix movie, so I guess what is that Hollywood? I guess I don't know. At the end of the day, good for Mysterio, man. I'm happy for him. I think that's great. That's honestly great. Rey Mysterio does come out, but then he gets rubbed by Dominic. Like I said, if the reason why Rey Mysterio, he wants why Dominic should want Rey Mysterio to hurt him so much, maybe that could be the way where Mysterio, when he hits him, when he gets so angry, and this is how you gotta maybe, what you could to lead to this, is you gotta maybe involve Mysterio's family. You gotta involve, Dominic's mom, Rey's wife, maybe even Aaliyah, involve them into this. Maybe Dominic does the unthinkable, and that makes fucking Rey does the the big moment, but that leads him to getting arrested. Maybe that's, the way, Dominic wants, him to feel how he felt, he has to be in prison and that type of thing. He goes to jail for a little bit, and he has to pay him money, or if not, then he has to pay him money. Maybe that's thing. Basically make that a thing. Every time he gets hit, he has to pay money and shit like that. That could be the stipulation type of deal. But then that leads to, you know what? We're gonna have a match in Mania, all bets off, and then they get the whole career on the line, cliche. That could be that'll be great for Mania. Absolutely. And definitely, if it's like Ray's last year, indeed, I got people saying, maybe like Legado, the boss month, they could do a feud with him and Ray. I mean, obviously, it's a good idea. Like, sure, like the long-term booking idea where they form an alliance, right? But like, if it is Ray's last year, honestly, hey, maybe make this a thing where like Ray he gives his passing a torch to like not only Dominic, but a little bit to Legado. What is it, like fucking, what's his name? Santos. And that makes him like, like the, not modern Ray, but he has the respect where he'll be the biggest like Mexican wrestler currently, And after all, fucking Santos Escobar can talk, I'm surprised how I'm happy. It's so refreshing to see a guy who is Mexican and can be fluent in English as well, can cut a good promo. And, I like this whole story idea, he actually respects fucking his father, while, his own son doesn't respect him type of deal. Even though, why does he not respect him? But, sure, it's the whole cliche, oh, you weren't there for me, is this worth it? Blah. Which, again, that's basically what happened. Dominic comes out like, was it all worth it, this Hall of Fame career? You deadbeat dad, you should be the this is the Hall of Fame, not the deadbeat dad Hall of Fame, that's what he says. Again, what does he mean, the deadbeat dad? He seemed like he loved you, bro. He fought for your custody. He fought for your fucking custody, and this is how you repay him. You should have mentioned, again, they should have legit gone with, again, you established in kayfabe that fucking Eddie is your fucking real father. Why not actually fucking, I'm always Dominic Guerrero. I'm only jealous that he had a better career than you and he more love, He should have been something like that, or, I don't know. Something, than just oh, I hate you, Dad, I'm jealous. Whatever, whatever, Then, during the match, so the Judgment Day defeats Legalitas Factisma. This match felt like it should have been a pay-per-view match. This match felt like it should have been way bigger than it should have been. It should have legit been a bigger deal. But it just felt like, they just did it for sure. The affiliation with Dom and, with Ray, with they're doing this, but it just felt like this match should have been built up a bit better. It should have been built up. I would have been fine. They done a little face off, and you do something where maybe towards before WrestleMania, you do this match. It should have been one of the big matches you do, where Rey Mysterio is on the side of fucking Legado, and that should have been you should have been building this. It felt like it should have been a way bigger matchup. They could. They could have easily, honestly, heck, you could have done this thing. Heck, you could even do a rematch, I don't know, in Backlash, I don't know, maybe a little stipulation. I would like it if this match was to happen even at Backlash. Heck, that's what you could do. Puerto Rico? So Backlash, they announced it's going to be in Puerto Rico, but everybody's going to be hosting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good for him, good for that. That's what you could do at fucking Backlash. One of the fucking matches. Maybe Ray got retired, or maybe you can even do it if Ray doesn't retire. You can even do a 4-way, a 4-on-4 tag, right? Whatever, or just regardless, anything you do. I don't know. You could this is an opportunity. You can even do a mixed tag with adding Rhea Ripley and Zelina. Whatever you could do, make sure you have some form of the Judgment Day and Legado at Backlash. It's good. Or, you can have, and have Ray involved some way. Managing them, something, or even being in the match if he doesn't retire. It's good. But definitely Ray should have, his last match, at Mania or something, And if that's gonna... he obviously doesn't need to retire. But it's just, it's feel you should probably retire before going to Hall of Fame, or unless, just a Ric Flair thing, where you retire basically after your, Hall of Fame thing, so... The Viking Raiders defeat Strowman and Ricochet. Oh, how can I say? Before that, basically, Dominic kept toying with Ray. They don't even hit him, but then he shoves him. Then Ray, Dominic was gonna attack Ray again, but then basically he trips Dominic over the ropes because he he flipped over the rope and then he used the rope to trip him. preventing him from hitting him, but he got like a little revenge, so. And then like, you know, Legado was like comforting Rey, like, you know, oh, yeah, respect, you know, don't worry about you know, it's good. It's alright. The Viking Raiders defeat Strowman and Ricochet. Who the fuck cares? I'm sorry. Some people may say this match was good or whatever, but it's like, what's the story for this match? I don't care if it's slapped, bruh. So Gunter like asks what's the status of his number one contendership match, and he's like asks like challengers. I asked what challenge or whatever. So basically, I don't know. He doesn't like having two challengers. So like it leads to Adam Pearce having peer pressure that he's gonna make McIntyre versus Sheamus next week, and the winner, you know, faces Gunter. Blah blah blah. Okay. It's gonna be predictable though. Like, you know damn well they're gonna do something where Sheamus and like McIntyre, they're not gonna decisively beat each other. So early on the show, by the way, they showed that Charlotte wants a match. Why does she want a match? You know, it's like because she's a good girl now. Like a good man, I would say. But here's the thing. Whether you're a heel or a face, why do you want a match? Like, can't the manager just make the match? Like, you're the champion. What's the need for you wanting a match when there's no story? And great, we get a shitty match with her and Shotzi for no reason. That's the problem. Why do you want a match? Like, why? Why? What's the story for this? Like, there's no reason for this. It's not like you hate somebody and want to get some little revenge on that. Like, why you just want a match? Oh, because get it? It's very... No, motherfucker. Like, build to your stupid fucking women's crap match. Why do you just want a match for no reason? Can there be a story? Can there be some build to the reason why you're fighting tonight? That's the problem. I just want a match. I'm surprised she didn't says that she wants to wrestle 2 nights. She already has one match. Like, you know, why not 2 nights? You know, get it? Because, I don't know. Just surprised that's not the fucking bullshit. But seriously, like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But Ric Flair Jr. defeats Shotzi for some dumb reason. I don't know. This match happened for no reason at all. Even though they were like a featherweight. Like, why did this happen? I don't fucking know. Rhea Ripley comes out during the match, but it was not enough to make her distracted to lose. So, you know, Charlotte just retained. Like, I don't know, she just wins still. Whatever. Yeah. I don't even know. You know what's funny? There's no build to Bray Wyatt. I just realized that. People are like, because I saw this comment. So much for this whole Bobby Lashley Bray Wyatt match, huh? Again, they should have just done fucking Lashley Lesnar Mania. Why did you not want to do that match at Mania? I don't know. Unless it's because you want to give them easy wins because you have them like lose. I don't fucking know. You shouldn't have. It's a lose-lose situation in general. Okay? Like, seriously. Why not do Lashley Lesnar at fucking WrestleMania? One night, if you wanted to have Almost face somebody or Wyatt, you could have easily done that shit match. It did never occur to you guys to do that? Oh, fucking great. We're just, I don't know. In the main event segment, the Usos are in the ring. Vanessa and Sami. Jey says everyone is asking why he betrays Sami like that. Jey says switch roles with him for a second. What would you have done? What would you have done if you had no choice? If you have no brother loses his job and you decide to help him pay the bills and maybe help him get the groceries or if you eat and whatever. So basically, he's acknowledging that he did it because his family, you know. Which it's understandable. But it's like he should have mentioned like I did it for my brother. And imagine if he mentioned that I did it to fucking protect him. Maybe like show a little care, like maybe because why not show a little bit of care, even though, because if you're gonna go full out heel, this is why you should have done maybe like this at the Elimination Chamber then. Even though I didn't mind not doing that at Elimination Chamber, It's just like, what? So officially, Jey Uso's back to being a bad guy now? Like, he's full on bad? Like, I would rather him showing a little bit of remorse, but like he did, because he said sure he said that he had to, but it should show like maybe a little remorse, but he said because he had to do it for his own fucking brother to protect him. You know, and that could even lead to maybe a little bit of tension, like, yeah, I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you, Goose. But you don't say what you did it for your brother, not for me. And that could lead to a little dissension between Roman and Jey again, you know? That little piece of the puzzle. But yeah, like he did say that, you know, he had no choice. He never had a choice because Jimmy is his blood, his twin, his brother, his family. Not Sammy, not either you, referring to the fans. Which, okay, it's fine to mention that, but he's just like, you know, sure. Shit, I didn't do it for anybody. I do it for Jimmy. Yeah, that would have been even good to say. Yeah, I did protect him. That would have been great to say too. Jey says the fans doesn't know what is going through each week, and there's one person to blame, and that's Sammy. He says he's selfish, and that everybody says that Sammy is selfish, and that's right or whatever. All he says he want to fall in line. He would now know everything because he's not blood. And they said now they got rid of the Sami Zayn problem. They have a Cody problem. Then Cody comes out. He said, if you're going to ever mention me, you might as well say it to my face and blah, blah, blah. He said it doesn't sound like the fans want to hear them talk tonight. They want them to see them fight, blah, blah, blah. And then Jimmy warns Cody, says, you're getting closer, you ain't going to get Mania. The thing is, like, I don't mind Cody helping, again, I do think Cody... The thing is, this should have always involved Cody in some sort of way, you know? Because, after all, Cody is feuding with Roman. It should include the Bloodline. What they should have done, like, essentially, you could have done, should have done this thing where, you know, like, maybe, like, fucking Jimmy and, they all decide, you know what, they don't want any way to, like, for having Roman to lose the titles. That they're gonna fucking make sure that fucking, you know, do you do anything takes that, like, weaken fucking Cody before me. They should have done always something like that. And then that would lead to, like, Cody, like, you know, being being like the resistant for fucking Sammy. That's why he's helping him. And also, you know, because they have that friendship or whatever, you know, that they established recently. So it makes sense it would have made sense for that's why Cody comes out or whatever. It's just like, he just comes out because, get it? He's feuding with Roman, without, like, really building up to the idea, like, why he's stopping the Bloodline, like, aside from Roman, you know? But yeah, Sammy comes out, then all brawl ensues. Sure, you know, it wasn't, again, I know I said it kind of fell flat. It's just like, you know, I don't know, it just should have been more impactful, just a little bit more dramatic or whatever. It is what it is. But the brawl was okay, you know, it's whatever. You know, it's just like, you know. But obviously this is building to, like, Owens joining them. You know, they're gonna do this thing where, like, they beat up both Sammy and Cody, and watch when, like, Owens comes out. They're gonna build up to that moment, and that's how fucking Cody and, like, Sammy, you know, Sammy and Owens get together, you know. That's how they're gonna do it. Overall, the show was fine. It's okay, but it's not entertaining at all, you know. I mean, to be fair, honestly, the show mostly sucked. I'll be honest with you. But it is what it is. That's SmackDown for you. Mostly boring show, aside from a few highlights. Obviously, you know, compared to a 3-hour show, like, when you had 30 minutes, close to 30 minutes of something good, but then the rest is shit. At least because this is 2 hours, and you can combine, like, I guess, almost like close to an hour, I don't know, even 30 minutes. You could say the show was whatever. It probably is like, you could say the show entirely mediocre, but, you know, a few highlights. There you go. So let's talk about Rampage for a little bit, because, you know, why not? And obviously I didn't watch this shit. No one fucking cares. But let's fucking do a little Rampage talk. Sammy Guevara defeats Action Andretti with the assist of Danny Garcia. They literally did Guevara beating on Andretti with an Garcia thing a week ago or a week before. Apparently, they did the same match and the same thing before, and they're doing it again. What does that tell you? They don't. This reminds me of fucking. Remember when, like in ECW, they had Sheamus versus Goldust every week. I think now even like Goldust versus Lance Archer, something like with Vance Archer. When like now Lance Archer, some shit where they did a rematches every week. Like Kofi, even like Shelton Benjamin. They even did this thing where NXT basically was no longer on TV, and they did legit every week. Darry Young versus fucking Titus O'Neil. What does that tell you? He claimed to free some jobbers, and then Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic shows up with a JAS t-shirt. Apparently, they're trying to recruit the Acclaim or whatever. Mr. Nasoko Take a Shit defeat Preston Vance via blind backslide. Who fucking cares? What the fuck is this? And who cares about these jobbers? Swerve Strickland says he overestimated, or wasn't he supposed to say he's underestimated? Like, what kind of shit he's saying? Basically, he fucking can't talk. He said he overestimated Keith Lee, even though she'd been underestimated. You don't know how to fucking talk. These people don't know how to fucking talk. And he says he underestimated Keith Lee, and it says that he put his affiliates on the shelf or whatever. I don't know. It's not over. I don't know. He's not finished. But that's all you need to know. Mark Briscoe was on Rampage. He says he's here representing the greatest tag team all time in space. And he says it's time to move forward with the tag titles. And he's going to no longer be the tag champ. And instead, it's going to be a reach over the sky ladder match with the Lucha Brothers being involved in whatever. Okay. It's just basically an announcement of an R-rated shit that no one cares about. But hey, I mean, besides Marks or, who fans of Mark Briscoe, good for them, I guess. In the main event, I can't believe this happened. This was the main event, by the way. Divas shit. Rijo defeats Nyla Rose via roll-up. Then Rose, Marina Shafir attacked Rijo. And Marina Shafir. Wait, the Outcasts, they come out and spray. I don't fucking know. All you need to know is that fucking they're calling themselves. Aren't they the outside? What? But now they are the Outcast. Why makes you the Outcast? You literally mesh with these people. Whatever. They spray paint Rijo. Get it? They're targeting it. I don't fucking get it. It's stupid. It's like, again, it's the worst version of ripping off the NWO, okay? It's so fucking retarded. Again, I love Paige. Like, she's hot and whatever, but it makes no sense. Why is this the main event? Why is this happening? It makes no sense, and I don't know. That's Rampage for you. Rampage makes no sense. SmackDown, mostly boring show. It has some moments, but it's just like, not a lot of things to save the show. It's mediocre, really. Not the worst show, but it's just like, yeah, that's SmackDown for you. That's what I say, people. Just keep real. Get your games, drink cold magnificently. Spine this bitch go shit or shit. That's what I'm saying. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye. And party on, dudes. Keep partying, man. If you have fucking things to do, fuck wrestling, man. Fucking go out and fucking mingle with them chicks, bro. Aspire to make them bitches go shit or shit. That's what I've been doing, man. Like, gotta talk and make them bitches go shit or shit. Get the numbers and shit and fucking mingle and, yeah. Till next time. Peace. Yeah, bye.